Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Stories. As always, I'm your host Chris Jack. Today we are checking out a brand new cushioning technology from Nike, and it comes courtesy of the Joyride Run Flyknit. Let's check them out. Alright, so I know it's been a while since he's actually released. They did drop in the middle of August, but locally speaking, we've only really seen this particular colorway and a couple of others appear in the last couple of weeks. So first of all, just a big shout out to Nike for sending these through to us to take a look at here today. This Joyride cushioning, it's completely new, at least for Nike. There's been a lot of talk online about Puma being first to market with this particular kind of cushioning. However, the way I see it, it's a complete reimagination of that kind of technology, and just the execution of it is entirely different. So obviously, we'll just start with the beads that you can see in the heel section of the shoe. They're actually in 4 strategically placed compartments throughout the shoe. So the heel, the midfoot, forefoot, and the toe section all have, for lack of a better word, these bean bags that have been incorporated into the midsole of the shoe. Now the reason for these beads is they really wanted to create a shoe that would conform to the foot shape of each individual wearer. So that in turn supposedly makes running a lot easier and really gives your legs a day off if you are big into running, simply because they conform to you, and that's supposedly be the best fit for you as an individual runner. Whether that actually works, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but it's pretty cool to look at, and to show you that up close, you'll see the majority of it here is in this transparent blue Nike Joyride branded heel section, and then obviously flipping underneath, you'll see 2 other transparent sections. The midfoot section is completely concealed, however you can feel that one when you put your foot inside the shoe. But staying with the outsole, you've got a couple of different details done here, including the Nike swoosh, which has been basically cut out of that section. These black rubber sections here are obviously high impact zones, so they have been reinforced for further durability and traction on those parts. The rest of this material in the outsole and midsole actually is a really soft foam. If I just squeeze that there for you, you can see just how soft that actually is. As far as I understand, that's just a straight up foam. It's just really soft, but it's not ZoomX or anything like that in particular. You also do have some branding here, which just says conforming cushioning system. Now moving into the upper of the shoe, the material mix here includes Flyknit in the toe box, and then you've got some neoprene sections around the medial side of the shoe, and then almost a canvas-like material in the heel with foam on the sock liner. Now this has all been put together in a booty-like construction, so it's really sock-like. It's even a jewel layer in there, and that kind of follows the same design ethos as what they're going for in the beads in the midsole, that whole sort of conforming vibe. So that's basically happening underneath your foot and on top of your foot, all around your foot with this particular shoe. And maybe just to highlight that further, you can see the jewel layer construction here in the sock-like booty. That basically just allows you to slide your foot in and out, and it really does create quite a snug-like fit onto your foot, that is. Now I think we'll just talk about sizing quickly. These will run true to size from a length point of view, but they are quite a narrow shoe in terms of the width. So if you do have a wide foot or even a marginally wide foot, I would definitely recommend taking a half size up. I did try a true to size and they were really snug. In fact, a little bit too snug for me, so a half size up was definitely perfect, and there's still just enough space in the toe section there for me. From a lacing perspective, these do come with just one set of black flat laces. It is kind of a more performance orientated shoe, so no real need for other colors of laces, etc. for lifestyle wear. And then just behind that, you do have this pretty awesome logo, which has got padding behind it that just says Joyride Run Nike. Now from an insole perspective, it's very difficult to show you. You do have the Joyride logo here on the left shoe, and then a Nike swoosh that's been printed on that particular insole. And it's not necessarily an insole, it's more like a piece of fabric that's been sewn directly over those bean bags that sit in those 4 compartments just under your foot. So this basically allows your foot to have direct contact with the TPE beads just below. Now I've got to say, on foot, comfort wise, putting my feet in these for the first time was definitely a different experience. Now one thing that was a little weird for me, when I put my right foot in, it was absolutely perfect and comfortable, but my left foot had a lot of pressure from this particular beanbag section over here, really pushing up into my foot. I don't know if that's just the shape of my foot, but it almost felt like there's a little bit of a different density going on in that. But to be honest, I think that might just be my foot shape, and these shoes you really have to wear for quite some time for them to really conform to the shape of your foot to give you maximum comfort on foot. Now, quick little fun fact on these beads, the guys over at What's Inside, the YouTube channel where they basically cut things open, they cut one of these things open and counted individually every single TPE bead in the shoe. And spoiler alert, there were actually 8,064 beads per shoe. That's crazy. Now from a price perspective, the Joyride Run Flyknits do not come in very cheap. They are 3,100 Rand. They are available in 4 different colors, including these. So that one, and that one. as well on Nike.com. But if you don't want to cop online, you can also find these in your local Nike store. They are pretty much a general release, so you shouldn't have a problem finding your size between either the store or online. And pro tip for South African buyers, if you do buy in store, you're obviously going to save on the 250 Rand shipping charge from Nike, so I would suggest rather checking in store before going online. But overall speaking, I think the Joyride Run Flyknits are really nice in hand. They look pretty good on foot, obviously a little bit more sporty orientated than anything lifestyle, but whether this tech will stand the test of time will tell. So that's pretty much it for the Nike Joyride Run Flyknit. I hope you guys have found the review helpful and insightful. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, and if you're new around here, please feel free to hit the subscribe button right here for more content like this down the line. But that's it from me. I'll catch you on the next one.